All right, so this is going to be a update for March 3rd, 2020. Let's go ahead and start with the S&P 500. Was watching yesterday, huge reversal off the bottom, right? And was looking for a little bit of follow through, got it early, but then the Fed came in and cut rates. And obviously the market did not like that. The good news is that price did hold back inside the Bollinger Bands. We'll have to keep an eye on this one for the next couple of days as our squeeze indicator is still not quite fully extended. So we're going to be on the alert for a possible move down to 2774. If this area breaks right here, that of course. Came up and tested the 10 EMA. Tested basically a 50% retracement here. Still a big gap left way up here at 33.28. So we'll keep an eye on the markets and see what happens. It doesn't look like this thing's going to be over anytime soon, at least until they announce some sort of vaccine or that things are under control, or maybe it's just not as bad as what they thought. But anyway, that's the S&P 500. I will tell you this, though, when I was looking at monthly charts, that right there on a monthly S&P 500 chart is not a good sign. So all we have to do is go back over and look at this previous instance right over here, almost identical, okay? Although price did not get outside Bollinger Bands here, but green candle, doji, big red stick, followed that next month with kind of an inside candle, but then sold off the next month after that. So we'll keep an eye and see if this is something that's going to happen again. But it really does not look good, and I don't like the way that I'm getting a divergence here on the squeeze indicator. It doesn't look good. I mentioned it last night. I just don't like the way some of these monthly charts are acting or looking. So this thing could get a lot worse and real quick. But I wouldn't panic just yet. Let's see how it plays out for the next week or so. So that's the S&P 500. Let's go over and take a look at Bitcoin on the futures chart. And let me type it in here. Okay, here's Bitcoin. Talked about the trend line. I'll show it on another chart here in a minute. Doing a nice job of holding it here. Also holding the, that's the 50 EMA in yellow. You've got your 200-day up here. So it's doing a decent job of holding this area. Tomorrow, you would expect maybe either tomorrow or the following day. If it's going to break it, it's going to break it then, right? I just don't. Right here, we're in very dicey area. Did a nice job, nice reversal. But I really wanted to see a little bit more follow through today. Couldn't quite make a new high. But oversold conditions, we got plenty of juice to work with. We just need something to happen here on the squeeze, and that's only going to happen if we get that big move. So I would expect hopefully that it holds this and drives price higher through the EMAs. Anyway, that's Bitcoin on the futures. Let's go over here, and I'm going to change my cursor or pointer focus to dark so that you can see it. But this is the Coinbase exchange. I know a lot of people use other ones, but this is the one I use. And again, the reversal pattern, right? That's a reversal pattern. There is no doubt about it. I would have wanted to see some confirmation, but it's not a horrible deal here. Did get back above the 200-day moving average, is holding it right here on a retrace. Okay, didn't close below it. So what we're looking for is hold this. Okay, it doesn't mean it can't wick a little bit lower, but hold it on a closing basis, and then you might get that move up. Key area on this is going to be 92.10. That is the 38.2 retracement. It's also the 10, the 233, and your 20 EMAs, right? So get past that, and Bitcoin's off to the races. So until that happens, it's just more kind of sideways chopping here. We got the nice bounce off the trend line, but we want to see it just churn here and then break past. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's go look at Ethereum. Again, we talked about it last night. Reversal pattern, no follow through, still hanging below the 10 and the 20 EMAs. That's going to be your key. Also the 38.2. I'm going to sound like a broken record over all this, but that's what you need to get past, right? Period. Let's go look at Litecoin. Again, same thing. We want to get past these smaller moving averages, get past the 38.2. Until then, it's just going to be kind of a chop zone and consolidate and determine whether it wants to just fall off a cliff or if it wants to just rally hard. So we're still in a caution zone. Let's go over to one of the ones that really doesn't care anything about what the market's doing, doesn't care about coronavirus, doesn't care about Fed rate cuts, really doesn't care anything about nothing. That's Link. Broke the 78.6 retracement today, and I'm going to take that out. That's pretty significant. And basically what that tells me, retest of the highs. If that breaks, then obviously it's coming up and testing over $5 and more than likely headed up to $5.32. Okay, just keep those numbers in mind. Watch this area right up here, and if things get really wild, you got this little area right up here, which is a, kind of an extension, but it could actually hit 6 if things get really crazy. Okay, I'm not going to go out on that limb just yet, but I've seen crazier things in alt markets. So that's Link. Let's go over here and look at XRP. Not really going to delve into this too much. Pretty much the same thing. Just trying to hold this area after a reversal pattern. See if it can just squiggle along here. And at some point, maybe it's going to take another big day. Get past the 10 EMA, and then you start coming up here and test 200, 233, etc. Let's go to XTZ. Basically held this little area right down in here, the 1272, getting real close, and this is one you want to really pay attention to. You're starting to try to come out of oversold. Things are looking, like they have a lot of energy here if it wants to do it. If it breaks this 10 and 20, then your first target is going to be 305. After that, just stair step up, right? And you can see what can happen. I mean, this thing can move when it wants to, but just I'm telling you, watch this area right here where we're at, 287, 288. I would say 290 is probably let's call it $3. Get past 3 and get past the 38.2 and things really get interesting on XTZ. Let's go over to DGB, one we called in the channel, and actually nice move today, held the lows. We didn't get stopped out. Basically, it just made a double bottom is what it did. And now it's breaking the 10 EMA, getting past the 20 and possibly even the 50, and we may come up here and test the trend line again and maybe start collecting some money on this bad boy. So I would really like to see it get way up here and test again this area and eventually break through. But again, it could take a while on DGB. So not expecting a moonshot, but you never know with altcoins. So that's DGB. Let's go take a look at ZRX. Reversal pattern did have the follow through, right? See that? Morning star and then follow through. Right now, if it breaks right through here, and that's going to be 20, let's just call it 26 cents, then I fully expect this thing to just continue to go higher. That's a big reversal pattern right there. So the flip side of that is that you could be looking at a head and shoulders pattern. It looks kind of ugly, but the bears would probably say, okay, well, it probably is going to hit over here, stop around 27, and then fall on its butt. So bullish and bear signs out there. All we can do is look at the charts and see. It's hard to really predict, but when I see reversal patterns like that, until it's invalidated, I stick to the bullish side. So that's pretty much what I have for tonight. I know there was some requests. I'll do that online, in the Discord channel. I'll post the charts in there. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much what I got for tonight. So stay safe, good luck, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.